And that was the moment that I was like, bro, I can do this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here for a reason. I have to try.
Yeah.
But it's funny because, like, the whole medical field, it's kind of, like, against my, like...
Values or morals.
Values and morals because, honestly, I don't really, like, believe in medicines and stuff. Like, this is the first time in a kind of a long time that I've been happy being alone tomorrow. And I sign up tomorrow. And he goes, oh, my God, what about me? Like, bro, that's so selfish. Like, you're just doing this because you want to get away from me, right? Like, this is what you want to do. And I'm like, and he just randomly, like, got really angry and started tripping out. I think he thought I was someone else, but he was like, fuck you, like, get out, don't fucking look at me. He's like, I will fucking cut you, like, just going crazy. And I'm like, I just don't want to mess up again, you know? And that's real fear right there. Like, and that even though I wanted to press end game, bro, I was going to end all this shit. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I was ready to just go, and I didn't want to do this anymore. And 15-year-old Audrey wouldn't have even imagined being where I am today, you know? Trust me, trust yourself, trust us, that everything is going to be okay. It really is. I know sometimes it gets really scary out here.
Okay, welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast in your house, in your soul, baby. I love you. Welcome back to another episode of this amazing experience. I'm sorry to remember my accent. But I've been not posting this for a while, so welcome back. We're starting over again. Yeah, you know, like New Year resolution and that. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yes, please do that first before you listen to this amazing conversation. I haven't had the conversation yet, but I know it's gonna be like very good. Good. I'm very happy of having this guest. It took me a while to get her to come here, but she's finally here with all of you in the podcast. So Rojo, Audri. I'm sorry, I got too excited. Audri, what's up? How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
How are you feeling today?
I'm doing good. I'm pretty good. I'm feeling good.
Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling good. Yes.
Thank you so much. I told you already, but thank you so much for making the time and come here because I know it's a lot. For those of you who know, I kind of live far.
Oh, it's a journey, bro.
It's like in fucking Narnia.
Oh my God.
So I always like, if I'm going to invite you to my podcast, I'm like, okay, but there's a little catch.
You got to take a bus, a train, a car.
Yeah, a boat.
Right.
And you got to like, yeah, but I highly appreciate that. What is something you feel grateful for today?
Oh, this is a beautiful question. Something I feel grateful today. Honestly, bro, I feel very grateful to be here in your own space. Thank you so much for inviting me into your home.
Of course.
You know, that's a very humbling experience. I'm grateful to be alive, you know. I'm grateful to be living in New York, period. I've been really on like this I've been thinking a lot about like where I am in life right now, and I'm very proud of myself because a couple years ago, like 5-6 years ago, I would not have even like imagined the life that I have right now. So I'm just grateful for everything.
And like, okay, you said like you're just grateful for like the position you're in right now, right, in your journey. Mm-hmm. So can you like explain a little bit where you at in your journey right now, according to you?
Okay. Financially, I'm very good. I'm stable.
Okay.
I'm able to provide for myself and, you know, like pay my bills, which is great. Artistically, I'm in a really good position. I feel very creative right now. Probably not creative enough to like start creating my own stuff, but I'm getting there.
In that spot.
Right. I'm getting there. But yeah, I'm like training a lot, dancing a lot. The career that I have like as a nursing assistant at Mount Sinai Hospital is really good. I'm going back to school. Like I have a lot
It's just growing.
Yeah, a lot of growing that I'm doing right now. A lot of like, I don't know, new experiences, and I'm just grateful.
And how's that like that experience of being like a nursing assist?
Bro, it's fucking crazy. You know how funny it is to like wake up in the morning. I go to work at like 7 in the morning, right? Okay. So I wake up at like 5. My day starts at 5 a.m.
Shit.
I go to a hospital. I work as like a float, so I go all over the hospital.
Yeah.
Some days I'm working in like med surg. Some days I'm working in the emergency room, and I see a lot of crazy stuff.
Okay.
And it's funny because like then after work, 3:30 hits, and I'm like a dancer, and I have to like forget about the whole like
life of. So crazy. What's the craziest thing you've seen in the hospital? Yeah.
Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is for you too. No. Yeah, fuck this shit. And she's like, fuck.
Okay, but
hey, you're good.
Okay.
I don't know what guess I told that. She asked the same thing or he asked the same thing. And I was like, this is for YouTube. Okay. And I'm not able to monetize yet. So you can do whatever the fuck. Okay. When I monetize and I see like, oh, you cannot monetize because they're cursing. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Bro, and sometimes, you know, like when you post a YouTube video, it asks, is it for kids?
Yeah, it always asks that shit.
Do you say yes? Or
no.
Okay.
No.
Okay, good.
No, not for kids here.
No for kids. No for kids.
Go play Mario Bros.
Okay.
Go watch some soccer.
Wait, what do you post dance videos on YouTube?
Not really.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
No, not that much to be honest. I saw you post it like 1 week ago in YouTube, right? You post like like a gas tank.
Bro, you saw that?
Yeah.
That was for an audition.
Yeah.
It was like a dance video, but
like it was your intention to put it like publicly or?
No, it was my intention to only send it to them, but I was afraid that if I sent them the link and it was private, they wouldn't have been able to see it.
No, so you had to put it unlisted?
I have to put their name and email.
No. So you you upload it, right? Whenever you upload, there's like a couple options. So it's public, private, unlisted, and schedule.
Okay.
So private is, I think, it's just for you.
Okay.
So unlisted is you upload the video, and then only the people that actually has the link are able to see it.
Oh, shit. Because I was like, bro, I don't know what to do, so I just made it public. And
I thought you were like, it was an exercise you were doing to be like, break out of the shelf or something like that.
I mean, I'm going to leave it now, but that was not my intention. Oh, shit. Okay. There's so much.
But it was good. It looked like very like positive, very like, I'm like, you're a very happy person.
Thanks. I try to be. It's hard out here, yo. It's very hard.
Yeah, especially like, okay, you said like you see like some crazy shit in the hospital. What's the like one of the craziest things you have seen or something that like has shocked you, like, oh shit?
Well, there's been a lot of moments, but if I would tell you like a crazy story, okay, I'm gonna tell you something, and you tell me if you'd be able to like be in this situation and be chill. Okay. Bet. So there's one time I was working in the emergency room, and there was a patient who had came in. He was like probably around 45 or so.
Okay.
And he was, I think he was homeless.
Okay.
He didn't really have much, but he was schizophrenic, and he was also bipolar.
Oh shit.
So there'd be a lot of like random outbursts, and like, you know, I'd have to go in the room and like, you know, bring him his food or help him with like, you know, whatever it is he needs help with. At one point he like switched on me, right? Like I had just came in. It was like 7:15.
Like,
I had my coffee. I just got here.
I just got my Starbucks.
Yeah. I'm like, we're gonna have a good day, okay? So I walk in. I always introduce myself to my patients, of course. And I'm like, hello, my name is Angelica. That's my legal name. So,
okay.
Yeah. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, okay. Angelica. That is my full name.
Adrian.
But don't post that, okay? Don't put my full name. Sorry. You can put Angelica, but
Angelica.
Angelica.
Okay, good.
Angelica. So I go in, I'm like, hello, my name is Angelica. I'm going to be your one-to-one today. If you need anything, just let me know. He was also on precautions. I think he had COVID. So I had to like gown up and like super masked up.
And everything.
Yeah. And at one point I was like, I don't know. I was helping in the room cleaning something, and he just randomly like got really angry and started tripping out. I think he thought I was someone else, but he was like, fuck you, like, get out, don't fucking look at me. He's like, I will fucking cut you, like, just going crazy. And I'm like, hey, it's okay, I'm gonna step out, like, let me know if you need anything, you know. I start getting ready to leave, and like he gets out of the bed And bro, this is crazy. He like puts his hand behind his back and he goes, "I will throw it at you." And I'm like,
No.
what the fuck? And I go out of the room, I close the door, and like security had to come and like restrain him down to the bed because he just started going crazy. He was literally throwing his shit at nurses.
No.
He was spitting on us. Like he also had HIV. So like he knew that like his blood was like contaminated. Yeah. So he would like try to like threaten us. And it's so crazy how like, bro, nurses and just everybody in the medical field, we don't get enough recognition because we go through the craziest abuse and like trauma, and we still have to keep our composure, and we still have to treat them
the
like
professionalism and
that.
Whatever.
And also we have to be understanding that these people are not in the right mental state. You know what I mean? These people are here for a reason. They need help. Of course. And so it'd be one thing for like, for me to get angry back and be like, motherfucker, you tried to do this. You know what I mean? That's not cool, you know? Like, so we have to be calm. We have to be like, sir, it's okay. Calm down. Please have a seat. I'm this and this. Like, you know? Yeah. So I think that was one of the craziest.
And I think like that's one of the reasons, like, maybe it's not appropriate, but like you have this nursings where, no, how you say that?
Nurses,
thank you. Sorry. Nurses where you they're like they're very rude with the people. Yes. But I think, I mean, it's not like an excuse, but also they've been through so much sometimes that is like
they're over it.
Yeah. So
we get burnt out. I'm not even like a full nurse. I'm a nursing assistant, so like I help out
the nurse
stuff. Yeah, I help out the nurse. I do like vitals. I like remove IVs, and you know I do like just things to like assist with nurses. But the nurses are the ones that like pass the medications. Really have to like make sure everything's it's good for the doctors, and then if something goes wrong, it's on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also they have a lot of pressure from the doctors to do the right stuff.
Exactly. So and sometimes, like, bro, these doctors don't even. Don't get me started on these doctors. Like, these doctors, they barely come and see the patient. You know what I mean? So you can imagine how they're like, oh, give them this and this and this. And the nurses are like, bro, I'm sitting with them. And one, they don't need that. Two, this is going to affect them this way. Like, you know, but it's about this whole like
I think
food chain.
Also like it's very weird because some doctors, some of them, I think they don't live in the reality because, like, I mean, of course they get like a lot of money and everything, and also like if you think like that, they have like the power of like actually killing you or like it's on them to like treat you right. So it's an ego shit. Like, yo, like I'm this or that. So then like they start treating nurses badly.
Yeah, they have like this God complex to them.
That's the word, God complex. Yeah. So it's like, oh shit, like they don't really live in that reality. And it's, for me, the country is very like weird because like they're seeing like the human side of the people, and they get like rock solid on their heart, which you have to be in a way, because if not, like you're not gonna be able to react in a situation where, like, imagine like, I don't know, there's like someone dying right now. I'm not used to that situation, so I'm gonna get shocked. Like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. But like, if you're a doctor or something, you gotta be rock solid to know, like, oh, I gotta do this. Like, even though like not in your feelings, and be like, no, we gotta do this and this and that. Right. But they get like very into the, oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh my God, there was this one time I was working in what was it, like ICU, the immediate care center. And the patient that I was taking care of had to go down for like a CAT scan, like a body scan or whatever. The room next to them, this patient had just come from like a heart surgery, right? And they started coding, meaning like they stopped breathing, and they had to start like resuscitating. And it was so crazy. I was in the room next to it, but like they had windows, so I opened the curtain and I was able to watch. And they started like doing open heart surgery right then and there because this patient was like dying and something had gone wrong during the surgery. So they had to like reopen her chest
so they can fix it.
Bro, it was insane. But after that moment, I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. So that's actually what I'm going back to school for. Is to become a surgical technician. So I'm gonna be like working in the OR and like handing like the instruments to the surgeons.
Yes. That's like a 2-year thing, right?
Yeah, it's only 2 years. Thank God, because I hate school. I'm sorry. I fucking hate school.
I think they get paid very well.
They actually don't get paid very well.
I mean,
to be honest, they don't get paid that
it depends, because the thing is like, okay, so if you compare it to like a regular type of job, I think like I'm not in the medical field, right? So I'm just like,
yeah. But you would think that everybody in the medical field is like getting paid really good, right?
No, but like for example, like okay, like if you're a nurse, I think you get like at least 30 per hour. If I'm not
It ranges
wrong.
between like 36 to 50 an hour.
Okay.
Which is pretty fucking good.
It's very good, right?
Doctors get like 75 to
like,
80.
Like for example, if you're I think a surgical tech, it can be like 28 to like 40. I seen some of like 70.
Yeah.
Whenever they're like very experienced.
I guess.
So like
know,
if you compare it to another job, they get paid very.
It's not about the money.
I'm just talking about the money right now.
Yeah, but like 28 is not that much if you really think about it.
28, I said, not 20.
28 bucks an hour is not too much.
I used to call guys for $16 an hour. Just kidding.
You're like, that's pretty good to me.
I'm just kidding.
But imagine like going back to school for 2 years
of course,
and only getting paid 28.
Yes, I get your point though.
Like right now, I make pretty close to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a nursing assistant.
Yeah.
And
so
really,
your expectations are like, of
super
course.
high. But
me, because you like the job that you're doing,
yes.
it's interesting for you. So it's not, you're not driven by the money, but it's also important.
Bro, when I was able to see this lady's heart and not gag, I was like, this is it.
Yeah, you're like,
this is my
so
colleague.
like what, like, okay, so let me go back in time. So what like gets you to the point of being like, oh, I want to be a nursing assistant?
When COVID happened.
Okay.
When COVID happened, I was here, like right in the beginning of pandemic.
Okay.
And then once everything started shutting down and they were like, we're going to stop everything. Pandemic is coming. I was like, oh shit, let me go home because what is happening? You know?
Okay.
So I moved back to Indiana. I was living with my mom and family for a little bit. And my mom is actually a registered nurse. Okay. And she was like, Mija, why don't you become like a CNA or, you know, or a nurse or something? Like go back to school and like help out. Because everybody was like, we need medical workers. Everyone was dying.
Yeah, like they need help.
People were like it here. What was it here in New York? They had like trucks and they were putting like dead bodies in there. Whoa, but that was insane. That was fucking crazy. And I was like, oh shit. And my mom was like, why don't you like help us out? And I was like, all right. So I got my CNA license in 2 months. Okay. They like crammed everything.
Yeah, so they can
can start getting help. Exactly. So that's actually how I started, was because of COVID. And how do you know like you had what it takes to like do the job? I don't know. I didn't know. I was just like, let me go for it. And whenever you grew up, like your mom was a nurse, right? So like you were like became a nurse when I was in high school. So you came related to the medical field from that time, or how does that work? No, I mean she was studying when I was like how old was I? Was I in high school? I know she became a nurse later on in life, so it wasn't like she was a nurse from when I was born. You know what I mean? She actually got her degree like later on. Yeah. Which props to her because she was raising 2 kids and trying to figure it out while being a full-time student. So I love you, Mom. And a full-time worker. Anyways, yeah, and a full-time worker. And a full-time mom. Exactly, right? But I didn't know that this is what I wanted to do. It wasn't until I actually started doing it that I was like, you're like, okay. Oh my gosh. Also, like, I really like helping people. Of course. You know? And like, I'm very close to, surprisingly, the elderly. Okay. Like, I connect with them very, I don't know. It's so easy for me to talk to them and help them. And I have a very caring heart. Yeah. But it's funny because like the whole medical field, it's kind of like against my like values and morals because honestly, I don't really like believe in medicines and stuff. Like when patients come in and they're like, oh, give them this and this and this. I'm like, or you could just drink some tea and put some vaporru on. Like, I don't know, bro. Like to me, hágale un mezcalito. Huevo, bro. Hágale un mezcalito. You're good. But like, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I think it's part of your professionalism. Yeah, and that speaks very good about you. What? Like the you're able to keep your composure even though you have morals or values that are different. Yeah. You're not like, you know what, like let's drink this. Yeah, well, so because it's crazy, bro. Like, do you believe in medicines? Like, yes, very, do. Yeah. Interesting. I just feel like to me, like, it's like they give you a medicine, right, a medication, and this helps with your kidneys. But this is also going to affect your liver. And you might actually be prone to seizures. And now you're going to have all these other side effects, right? But you're fixing the kidneys. and then they give you another medication to help with the liver that you just fucked up. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like,
it's also like the way I'm talking like very ignorant because I don't work in the medical field or whatever. But I think it's just the way, like, it's a business too. So for example, this is the best example I can give is like whenever you get like your knee swollen, go to the doctor and tell, oh, you gotta go to a specialist. It's normal. That's normal. That's good. Then the specialist, instead of going, you need an MRI right ASAP, is like, oh, you need 1 month of physical therapy. It's like, bro, I need to know, like, right now you can literally do an MRI like in 2 days where it's like not swollen and know exactly what I have. Why do I have to do physical therapy? Is to see if that's gonna help. Right. That's because they have business with physical therapists, right?
Yeah, right.
So they're giving you something that you really don't need, or you might need. But it's like, I had a knee problem like 3 years ago. I had the same problem, and I was like, listen, I don't want to go to physical therapy. I'm a dancer. I don't have time to be 1 month waiting if the physical therapy works.
Right. To know if it's broken or if it's
not.
Just a sprain. Right.
So please give me something so I can go. I'll pay it myself to do an MRI, and I'll bring it back so you can see exactly if my ligaments is broken or not. So you can save time, but they tell you to physical therapy, right? Yeah. So just an example. So same thing with a lot of medication. Sometimes they might get like extra money if they give you more medication or whatever, right? But I do believe, because I think they know better than you. Like, for example, me, my sister is a doctor, right? I think I told you that. Yeah. So I seen how she studies and everything. So I see like, oh, like this people know better than me, because they actually study the body, and then there's like some studies that they did to know exactly like what I have and how to like whatever. So for me, it's like I see it from a humble way of being like, I know like the people say like, okay, I don't know, like do a lemon tea for a flu, just for example, right? So I'm like, I mean, yeah, but like if they have done tests for like 20 years, and I think they know better, I'm going to just take the pill.
I mean, I don't know if they know better. I don't know, bro. Because there's a lot of things, bro. And this is what I tell a lot of my patients, low-key.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, bro, sometimes you can't always trust what the doctors tell you.
Okay.
You know, have you ever, like you said, with your knee, like you were like, bro, if you just take an MRI, you'll figure out what's wrong with this shit, right?
Yeah.
But instead, they have to go through loopholes. They have to, like, take you here to get here and here and here, right?
Yeah.
'Cause like you said, they're helping out the other people. But, like, I feel like doctors are very, like... their beliefs are in science, right?
Yeah.
They believe in the science. They believe in all of that. But it's also like, at the end of the day, not everyone is the same. You know what I mean?
Of course,
like you may have a problem with your kidneys and the person next to me has a problem with their kidneys, right?
Yeah.
But like they may not have the same issue as me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
And so it's like you can't always believe that the doctor is gonna know exactly like, okay, you gotta do this and this.
Of course.
You know?
But the thing is like this is the way I see it, is like, who's gonna know better then? Because he studied that. For example, I'm like, I'm a dancer.
Yeah.
So
you don't know anything about
what about
right.
I don't know anything about the kidneys.
Yeah.
So if I had to balance myself, like, should I take a decision, or I just like trust the doctor who has studied like 1,000 years, because they study like a lot of shit, right? So yes, they might because they might take a wrong decision because of business. Yeah. But I have the privilege that my sister is a doctor. Yeah. So I can go to my sister, and then she's gonna put me with very good doctors. Right. Or with recommendations, right? So I have that like privilege, if you can call it like that. So maybe that's why I have that better approach towards them. But for me, it's just being humble and be like, you know better than me, so I'm just gonna put myself in your hands, because I'm not.
You have to trust.
Because I don't know, like even like you're a trained like a technical dancer, right? I'm not like a very technical dancer. So let's say I gotta put a set, and I know for a fact that I'm not the best technical dancer, so I don't have the technique. And then I gotta show my dancers. So should I do it, or should I trust Audri to come and teach for me, because she knows better?
I see.
So I'm gonna be like,
that's true.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, because I can take the risk of doing it and fucking the knees of my dancers.
Right.
I can do it.
Yeah.
But what's better if I don't have the possibility? Of course, I wouldn't go to a doctor if I don't have the possibility. Right. But if you have the possibility, for me, it's just like okay, let me trust it. Even though because I know they have their interest, like they have the different interests, like business wise or whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, bro, like you're in a very like uncomfortable position.
I really am.
Not you, like
I also really love it that I'm in this position because
you're able to help people.
I am.
Yeah, but for me, it's like it's an uncomfortable position as a patient because you really literally
you don't know what the fuck is going
rely on the persons. Like people trust in you, and then you trust the nurse, and then the nurse trusts the doctor. You feel me?
You know what's crazy though? I trust nurses more than I trust doctors.
Yeah, because they actually do the things. So like,
let me just say that maybe I should become a nurse.
That's like 5 years.
I know. No, actually, there's an accelerated program. I've been talking to a lot of people and trying to figure out which path I want to go down.
Okay.
And a lot of people are like, just become a nurse. Just become an RN. Because then from there, you can like go everywhere. Okay. Which is the great thing about the medical field. Like you can start here and then end up anywhere, which is awesome. But I really just want to do sutures. You know what sutures are?
Sutures, like surgery? Or
like stitches.
Yes.
And I've been practicing on bananas. And they're really good, bro. I gotta show you. They're really good, I promise you. Show me. And I ordered like a suture kit on Amazon and I've been like practicing at work.
Okay.
Yes. So it's like I have like a passion
you're passionate. It's not just because of like, oh, that's work.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going, to be honest.
But you love it, so you're good.
I do.
It's not like you're some people are miserable and be like, I hate this job. Or blah, 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 blah.
That's true.
So it just like makes you want to keep going, basically.
Pretty much. But it's the only thing that's like kind of holding me back is the whole schooling thing. And that's only because of my first year of college. I did very terrible. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Because I think I told you I went for psychology in
you mentioned that.
2018 when I first moved out here. My mom was like, you got to go to college. And I was like, all right, I'll do it for you, Mom. And I went for psychology, but bro, looking back at my grades, no, I was not in it, because I was like, bro, I'm a dancer. I mean,
maybe it was the major, or I don't know. Or I don't know. I'm just like...
No, because actually I like studying the mind. It's interesting. There's like so much. It's insane. Check out my sutures.
I got you. Give me 1 second. Here, no,
I was watching a video and then I just started practicing. And the banana is
actually
old.
Looks very good.
The banana is old and it was black,
Yeah. But it looks very good. Like it was even.
Thank you.
Wow.
Show the camera, bro.
I'm like, look at this shit. No, actually send it to me so I can like.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, I'll send it to you. Is better. Yeah, those are my sutures. Bro, if you saw this, would you let me stitch you up?
I don't know. These?
What? That's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but it's the first time you did it.
Which is saying something.
Let's say we're in an emergency and that's you're
Zombie
the only
apocalypse.
person. You're the only person that can help me. Yes.
You're gonna trust me to do your sutures in a zombie apocalypse, right? Okay, so no one leave me behind when the zombies come. Be like, where's Audri, bro?
Okay, after a long ass introduction, which I love because it's like very natural. I love it. So for like if someone is watching you, they don't have like an idea who you are. Okay. What's a good introduction for yourself for someone that doesn't know you?
Oh, okay. Hello, my name is Audri Chigoya. I am I call myself a professional dancer and choreographer based in New York. But I'm originally from Indiana, so I grew up kind of on the countryside.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a very outgoing, fiery person. I'm an Aries, so I'm like, I love to be outgoing. I love to go out, but I also like to kind of have my own space and like do my own thing a little bit.
Of course.
And recently, I've been like kind of noticing I'm a little socially awkward.
In what way, though?
I don't know. I sometimes get like nervous meeting new people, but I also can be very like, hey, what's up? My name is Audri. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very outgoing, but at the same time, you got like this probably shield.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think over here you kind of have to, Allá in Indiana, like everybody's like, "Hey, good morning. Oh, how's it going out there? You okay? You doing all right?" They got like accents and stuff.
Okay,
sometimes my Indiana accent comes out when I'm over there, but when I'm here,
if you have to say a phrase or a sentence like with an Indiana accent, how would you say it?
Okay, one time I was getting my nose pierced and I was recording it, and some guy that was there and he was like, "You gotta dig a chick that's gonna record herself getting a piercing." And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Okay.
That's my
so
that's my Indiana accent.
It's very good, I guess, because I don't know Indiana accent, so
they got like a little twang to them, you know?
Like a little like a little
I bet. Let me see. Can you get an accent?
Oh, I can't. I actually have an accent while I speak English. So, but like if I have to fake an Indian accent, I feel weird.
Say,
right
"Hey, how you doing?"
Hey, how you doing? I don't know, bro. That's how you sounded right now.
That was a little hood. You're like, "How you doing?"
Yeah, I know how to do the countryside.
It's okay.
Pero si me dice, parcerito. No, okay, good. So, you grew up in Indiana, right?
Yes.
How many years were you in Indiana?
I was there till I was 18.
And then how was your how you describe your experience like Indiana? Like it feels home for you. If you have the opportunities that you have here in your town, will you be still in your town?
Ooh, that's a good question. The older I get, Indiana kind of just like fades away a little bit. But it feels like home because my family's there. Like my whole family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my cousins, my best friends, like everybody's out there. So that's why it's home. But if they all move to Texas, then that would be home.
So you have more attachment to your people rather than your place.
Than the air, yes, than the environment itself. But growing up, it's what's like the easiest to describe it? Okay, you ever seen the movie Home Alone?
I don't think so.
I'm sure y'all have seen the movie Home Alone.
Or maybe
right?
wait.
It's a classic, bro. Home Alone with the little boy.
Maybe
he gets left
in
home
Spanish.
Alone.
Oh yeah, hell
Casa
yeah.
Solo.
Es que en Spanish se llama Mi Pobre Angelito.
Oh, my poor angel. I was gonna say Casa Solito, but
Casa Solito, bro. No.
I don't know.
He's like Casa Sola.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that movie, you remember how it's a kind of like suburb area? He goes to the grocery store by himself, like, and he's chilling.
Yeah, like everything is
exactly.
chill.
That is Indiana.
It's like a town-ish.
A very small town. I grew up in a very small town. It's called Elkhart, but my family and I call it Hellcart.
Okay.
Because it's
hell.
Bro, there's nothing to do there. Okay. Maybe if you're like old, you're ready to retire.
Oh yeah, that's probably be a good place for you.
Or you're starting a family and you want to buy a house. That's the perfect place.
You want a cheap house.
A cheap house. I mean, the houses are pretty cheap. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, okay.
But just like if you got aspirations and like you have dreams and you want to do stuff with your life and you want excitement in your life, that's not the place to be. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yes. Okay. So you mentioned you had you have your mother. Mm-hmm. Then you have a brother or sister.
Sister.
And she's older.
Older. She's 29. Oh my God, she's 29, bitch. You're about to be 30. No, that's okay. It's
so. How would you like describe your relationship with your sister?
Oh my God, she's my best friend. I love my sister. Bro, if you met her, you would be like, oh my gosh, bro, you guys are like twins. So much alike. Yeah, we don't look alike. We don't look alike at all. Like she looks a little more chinita than me. And like I look like I'm from another place. I look like my dad. But she looks like chinita. She's like lighter complected.
Yeah.
She's a school teacher. She's a Montessori teacher, so she teaches 3 to 5 year olds.
Okay.
And she's very passionate about that. She wants to open up her own school one day, which I think she will. I believe in you, baby. You got this.
Yes.
But she's my best friend. I was actually just thinking about this yesterday or the day before, where it's like I'm so grateful I was able to grow up with like a sibling.
Yeah.
Because they saw me through everything, bro. Through like the phases, the moments where I thought I knew who I was and it really wasn't. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like she saw the worst and she saw the best in me, and like we're still like, I don't know, we're so close, you know what I mean? And we still love each other no matter what, and we really know who we are, you know what I mean? Like I know who she is and she knows me, because no one in esta vida like would ever understand fully
that like bonding,
but also like who we are, you know what I mean? Like you have siblings, right?
I have a sister.
You have a sister. She saw everything that like she saw you grow up, you know what I mean? Like everything. So she would be like the one person aside from your mom and dad who really knows you, you know? So when I feel lost or when I'm like, I don't know what's going on, I always turn to her and she's always like, girl, you got this. And she's always been the one to believe in me.
Okay.
Even when my mom and dad like were, you know, kind of like, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you can do that? You know, like not saying you can't, but like, are you sure? She was always like, girl, go for it. You freaking got this. I'm like, really? She's like, yes. I'm like, okay. You know?
How was the process of like actually talking to your parents and be like, hey, I want to do something different?
Oh my gosh. It was like sophomore year in high school. And you know how like the question of, what are you doing after this? Are you going
like
to college? A lot of pressure. What are you going to do for the rest of your life? I'm like, bro, I don't know what the fuck.
I don't even know what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Right, literally. But I was always like, I really like dancing. I really like creating. Like I told you, there was moments in like class, I'd be like, can I use the restroom? And I go to the dance room and start like practicing or rehearsing something that I like created in my head. But I was always like, I want to dance. I want to do this. Why can't I do this full time? You know?
Yeah.
But teachers and parents were like, no, you have to be realistic. Right? That was always the thing that kind of pushed me, held me back, you know? That they were like, you got to be realistic. Realistically, what are you going to do? And to me, I was like, why can't dance be realistic?
Of course.
Why can't that be my reality?
Yeah.
And of course, like growing up in Indiana, it's a very conservative and like small-minded town.
Of course.
So I don't blame my parents at all for even thinking like, you know, are you sure?
Yeah.
Because of course, you know,
they want the best for you, and they want something that's like very safe.
Exactly.
So it's
they just want to make sure that I can provide for myself and be okay. And so it wasn't until I actually like moved to New York and actually made the step and showed them like, no, I'm dead ass. Like, I'm moving here and I'm doing this, you know?
Okay, so in which moment of your life do you have like a moment in your life that you're like, this is what I want to do, like for this reason? Like, do you have the moment where something clicked in your mind?
Oh my God, yes. So it was after 2018, that one year, that the first year that I moved here to New York, I was in college, right? I wasn't able to dance. I wasn't really able to do much with that.
Yep.
But 2019 was actually the year that I was like, let me put school aside and let me try this at least, you know, like full time. And the moment I did that, I went to an audition for Deshaun the Prince.
Yeah.
For his company Royal Thieves.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Which crazy story, bro. I wasn't even gonna go. I was sitting at Dunkin' Donuts, like going through Instagram, you know, just like drinking some coffee. And I see this flyer and it was like Royal Thieves audition today at 3. Bro, it was like 2. And I was like, oh shit. And I was in Flatbush and it was all the way in like, you know, the city. And so I was like, okay, fuck it. And I grabbed my stuff and I'm like, let's just go, you know? So good thing I had dance clothes on. I was like, okay, let's go. I get there. I was like a little late. I think I was like 20 minutes late. And I hate being late, bro. I hate it. I hate it. Bro. I'm like, bro, I was like there about to go in. And I kind of like hesitated a little bit. And I'm like, I'm late. Like, I don't want to, that's embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, that's unprofessional. I'm like, what do I do? And I remember I let go of the handle and I was like, damn, I think I should just go back home, you know? And then something stopped me and I'm like, bro, just fucking go in there, girl. What do you got to lose? You know, you're already here. You already made the trip. Just do it, okay?
Yeah, like.
And so I turned around and I was like, oh, fuck it. And I opened the door and I go in and he was on like the last 8 count. And I was like, damn. I put my shit down real quick. I like just started picking up whatever. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then finally he like put everyone in groups. He put me in the last group, thankfully. And so I remember I went to the side with another dancer and I was like, hey, could you help me out? And she's like, yeah, of course. And so she was like, you know, teaching me. We had time. And eventually I got the choreo, right?
Choreo.
And it was me and 2 other dancers, right?
Okay.
It was just a group of 3. And he picked me and this other girl who was also late. we stepped forward and he was like, why were you late? And he pointed at me and I was like, I had just seen the flyer like an hour before. I wasn't even going to come, but I figured, I would just try it. And he was like, okay. And I remember he looked at the other dancer. He was like, why were you late? And she was like, it was my brother's funeral. And I was like,
oh,
he was like, all right, so let's get started.
he's like, all right, let's get to work.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
It's very weird. Like, why would you do that in that situation? Like, oh, like my brother just passed away. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, shit.
It's like weird.
That was
What would you do as a teacher? Like,
I mean, I don't know, but she was being honest. You know what I mean? That's why she was late,
really?
bro. Maybe he shouldn't have asked why we were late.
imagine she just like, ¿cómo se dice? She killed her brother in the imagination, so you can have a good excuse. So you get home, it's like, bro, I just killed you.
Oh, she was lying?
Yeah.
She was like, well, I had to come up with something.
Like, I was not gonna get picked on. Like,
oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Mi abuelita se murió.
Anyways, we started dancing.
Yeah.
And we
I'm so random.
Back to the story now.
Okay.
So we started dancing. We did the piece. And he told everybody come back in. And that's when they made their decision. And it was so crazy. Oh my God, bro. I was like, bro, I didn't make that shit. Yeah. I messed up. And, I was like, but I gave it my all.
Yeah.
That's one thing about me is that even though I won't know the moves and sometimes I'll I won't do it right, but I always give energy. That's another thing. If there's one thing you got to know about me, guys, it's that fucking energy, bro. So much energy is amazing. So I put everything out there and he lined everybody up and he's like, all right. He's like, I don't know how this happened, but he's like, but this dancer really, really put themselves out there. And that's one thing that really like stood out was that even though they came late and they fucked up, he was like, this girl's got it. Audri. And I was like,
oh shit.
I was like, no way. And I said it. And he was like, you don't want it? And I was like, no. And another dancer was like, I'll take it. And I was like,
fuck
no.
no.
I was like, no, I'll take it. And I ran up to him. I'm like, can I hug you? And he's like, sure. And I gave him a hug. And he's like, congrats. I was like, thank you, bro. I started crying.
Oh my God.
You ever seen The Pursuit of Happiness?
Yes.
You know at the end when
he's like,
when Will Smith, spoiler alert, at the end when he freaking gets it, right? Yeah. Everything he's been working hard for. Yeah. He's walking down, he starts crying. He's like, he did that, Yeah. That was literally me. That was me. And even though that may not have been like a tour or the Super Bowl,
but like it's a milestone.
That was the first.
Because you wouldn't imagine to be in a place like that in Indiana.
Exactly. A small town girl making this team. Like that was everything to me, And that was the moment that I was like, bro, I can do this. You know what I mean? Like I'm here for a reason. I have to try.
Yeah.
And ever since then, like things just started working, But that pushed me, that motivated me. That after that, I was like, okay, I can do this. I started training. I started teaching classes. I started just, doing everything that I really could. And I don't regret it.
And then how was the experience of being Royal Thieves and working with...
Oh my God, that was awesome. That was badass. I loved it. I was there for... I think I was with them like a year and a half.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. I don't know. But it was really good. Deshaun is a very great choreographer, and bro, he was honestly like one of the best mentors, Because
how's he in the daily basis though?
Bro, he's very confident, and that really like motivated me and helped me with my confidence.
Yeah.
Because like being a small little girl, I'm like, do I got it? But he was always like, nah, you got to believe that you got it.
Okay.
And
he's like very supportive.
Yeah, he's very supportive, but he's also like. He knows his worth. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that's what makes a great teacher, Because when a teacher can be like confident and like good with themselves, they're able to help everybody else,
Yeah, because they got their shit together.
Exactly. And even if they don't got their shit together, like they
act
fake
like,
it till you make it, But that's motivating. So I'm like, all right, cool. But yeah, the training was really good too. Very intense. He always brought like new choreographers and new things to the table, which I really appreciated. It was just a year and a half, into it, I got to a point where I was like, okay, now I got to start doing my own thing. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, I mean, as a dancer, choreographer, you want to brand yourself.
Of course.
You know, you want to take time to understand who you are. And I think I like got to a point where I was like, okay, I got what I needed. I got the tools that I needed to, figure
to know
out
myself
this.
a little bit better.
Exactly.
Also.
Let me try doing my own thing, And it's not like we left on bad terms. Like, he's very supportive still. I still take his classes, and he's like, what's up? I'm like, oh, it's good.
Yeah, he looks very chill. He looks very chill.
Great person.
I'm like, one day I'm gonna have you in the
podcast. Hey, son, come through.
Okay, so from what moment you start like training as a dancer, or like when was the first time you were exposed to dancing? Whenever you were like little toddler or children.
Okay. I didn't start dancing until high school.
Oh, okay.
14 years old, but I started off when I was like 12. I did musical theater.
Okay.
So I was in like my what's it called? My local it was called an opera house.
Okay.
Like where, we had shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, I swore I was going to be an actress. I was like, yo, I can do this. I can do movies and all this stuff. And, but I never got picked for any acting roles.
Okay.
But they always put me in front for dancing.
Okay.
And I was like, what the hell? Like, I want to be an actress, Like, why aren't they giving me this, Until eventually, like, by my third show, they had made me dance captain to, like, like teach the dancers and help with the choreo and stuff. I was like, oh, okay.
I got it like that.
This is kind of cool. What? Like, all right, maybe I can do this.
Okay.
Which is funny. Is like looking back, they knew before I did. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. And then I got to high school and they had a dance team. I tried out for the dance team and I tried out for Color Guard, the marching band.
Yeah.
Yeah, over there, the marching band is huge, bro. If you were part of band, you were so cool. Like, what? Which is funny because, like, in the city, you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, what the fuck?
What the hell? Over there, bro.
You're like, okay, good.
It was cool. So I was in Color Guard and I was in dancing. And yeah, it wasn't until I got like freshman year that I realized I'm like, okay, actually, I want to be a dancer.
Okay. When was the time you were like, yeah, like I got what it takes to be a dancer?
I think it was like my first year when I joined Color Guard. They had this group of 6 girls who were like seniors and juniors, right? They were the oldest members, but they had been doing Color Guard for like 3 or 4 years. They put me in their group to like dance with them and do like a dance break during the show.
Yeah.
And it was my first year. So it was kind of funny because a lot of people were like, she's a freshman. How is she doing that? You know what I mean? But I got picked to be with like the top dogs pretty much. And then from then on, like second year, I had a solo during the show. And then like third year, I just kept getting solos. And then dance, like we started competing at Tremaine. And I had won like a Tremaine scholarship to like go back and dance with them and stuff.
Yep.
And I don't know. It just kind of happened.
I just got it like that. I was kidding.
It kind of came to me, bro. I don't know.
Okay, and how supportive have you been, like your family, with your journey, dance wise or artistically wise? Because like we know that you not only dance, you like singing, you like playing instruments. So like, how's the support from your family? Where I ask you a little bit like, oh, how do they take you? Like hesitant, right? Mm-hmm. But in general, like, are they very supportive? Or they're like, Arr.
Yeah, now they are. I mean, like, not now they are. I mean, my first year, they were a little hesitant. Okay. But it wasn't until I actually, like, I got booked with Royal Thieves.
Okay.
And I started doing music videos and I started getting booked for all these things that my family was like, oh, shit.
Oh, now you want to support. Now you want to support.
No, but it's okay.
I'm just kidding.
It's okay, guys.
Yeah. They're just doing the family role. Yeah. They want to keep you safe.
Yeah. Which is actually, it's interesting. My dad, he was a musician.
Oh, really?
And a salsa dancer.
Oh, my God.
So, like, bro, he opened up for Los Tigres.
Los Tigres del Norte.
Sí,
no way.
Yeah, bro. He was good. And I remember when I was like growing
videos?
Up. Claro, yeah. I'll ask him to hopefully send me some. But when I was growing up, like we would always go to like either the quinces or he would take us to his gigs.
Okay.
And I'd be sleeping on the speaker, like, because I was like 3 or 4. But like he was doing gigs. He was traveling around.
Okay.
He was really big in Chicago con su grupo.
Okay.
And yeah, he was a really good musician. He still got it, you know. He taught my sister like piano.
So he was a full-time musician?
For a little bit, yeah. Growing up, yeah. But then like he, you know, started getting like other jobs and started providing for his family and stuff.
Where
like
your
that.
mom and dad were always like they're always still together?
No, they got divorced when I was 2.
Okay.
But they were actually in the same band. She was a singer for their band for a little bit.
Okay.
So she's also like pretty artistic. My
Yeah,
mom,
you have that background. You have it like it's in the house.
So. I guess it's in the blood. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Yeah, my family's pretty artistic, which was surprising. But actually, maybe that's why they weren't so supportive with it.
Because they know what like the
bad lifestyle, the bad parts. Yeah, financially, you know what I mean? So I guess it's understandable. But then they realize that like, bro, this is my passion. And they're like, you know what? She's got it, you know? So they're very supportive.
And then how's the experience of like growing up with the parents not being like together?
It was okay. I mean, I grew up with my mom most of the time. We would see my dad on the weekends. But he worked a lot, you know, so sometimes it was a little hard to see him. But overall, he was always there for performances, and he was always there, like, to either, like, I don't know, help us out. If mom couldn't pick us up from rehearsals or take us to rehearsals, like, he would, you know, help out and stuff. So he was always, like...
present.
He was always present distantly, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He was, like, kind of away, but he was also, like, there.
And growing up, were you able to understand that? Or it got hard to you, like, oh, why I'm not able to see my dad all the time or whatever? Or it was just natural for you, like, hey, I just see my dad, like, during the weekends?
Yeah, I think it was that. I was pretty calm about it, you know? If I saw him, I saw him. If not, it's okay. But when I did see him, I'd be like, yo! And he'd be like, hey! Like, we were very close, you know what I mean?
And still to the day, you're very close to him?
Yeah. Bro, my dad is freaking hilarious. Yo, he's a funny man. And he's my height. So...
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're both really short. And he's like, Bro, he's goofy. He's a great person. I love him. And my mom también, like, she's a gem. Oh, she's like a little dove. She's beautiful. I love my mom. But yeah.
And so like whenever you move to New York, how do you take the decision of like, I gotta move from Indiana
and leaving my family
to New York? And what was like, do you had a plan? Do you have like money saved up? Or did you know someone in New York and be like, hey, what's up? Like, how was that? Like, how was that experience? Like, that process?
I didn't know anybody, but I remember we came when I was like 9 years old. For Christmas. Yeah. You know, everything was snowing and like, you know, my mom remarried my stepdad, and his brother and wife lived in Staten Island. So we had come out here one time when I was 9 for Christmas. And that was honestly the time that I was like, oh my God, I love New York. Like, I want to be here. And I remember we went to go see the Christmas Spectacular Rockettes.
Okay.
And my mom was like, that's going to be you one day. And I'm like, really? But I wasn't tall enough. So maybe not. But but still, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I could do this, you know? I don't know. I guess like throughout life, like I was always kind of thrown like this like motivation to do this, you know?
Yeah, like it was just driven to you, like you just go.
Yeah.
And then you get to an apartment, you get a room. How did like that work?
I subletted. So my first year I was in a dorm.
Okay.
For college. Okay. I was there for a year.
Okay, you came to college for psychology.
Right, for psychology. So I got to stay in a dorm, which was kind of effed up because the dorm was not like, we barely had security, bro. Like random shit happened there. There was a fire there once. Like, bro, it was crazy. And there was like all these like 18 to 20-year-olds like in a apartment building, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could imagine the fuckery that was happening on there.
So, oh my Gomorra.
Bro, I swear to God. The reason why the fire started was because someone tried heating up a cookie and left it in for 20 minutes.
I love it, bro.
He was high as hell. So we
probably,
like,
yeah.
And he was one of our friends. So we were like,
I know.
I was like, bro, okay. No, but yeah, it was funny. Where was I going with that? living out here.
Yeah, like your
y
dorm.
luego, después de eso, like, I had to leave after my first year, and I found this 40-year-old bruja on Craigslist. And let me tell you, that was crazy. Bro, I swear to God, she was a bruja.
Okay.
I mean, she told me she was a bruja.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But for me, I was like
a witch.
Yeah. And like witchery and the whole
and
like,
all that stuff.
Curanderias, they kind of like, they're in my family. You know what I mean? So like.
You're familiar with it?
Yeah, my madrina, like she was very spiritual. My mom is very spiritual. Okay. And so, like to me, it no me asustó. You know what I mean? Like it was scary.
You already introduced to that topics. It's not like someone that like. Exactly. Is not familiar with it.
And when I was 9, I played with the Ouija board. So it's okay. No.
No importa. La Ouija. ¿Es la Ouija?
Yeah.
Okay, good. How was that? It was scary? But did something happen or?
I want to talk about it. No. Bro, something happened. I'm not gonna
what happened?
You want to know?
Of course I want to know.
Okay, I was 9 years old.
Okay.
Me and my best friend at the time. She was not my friend no more. But. No,
didn't make it. Is that she didn't move with me to New York?
We were bored. Like I said, there's not really much to do in Indiana. So, you know.
Just to be in the band, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So
rehearsal is done.
Everybody was working. It was just me and her in my house. And my sister had bought a Ouija board from Spencer's. And it was in the basement. And I was like, hey, girl, you want to play with the Ouija board?
Okay.
Sure. I was like, all right, bet. So we go downstairs. When you go in my basement, it's a very small basement, right? But you go down these stairs and there's like a wall. And then there's like a little tiny window, and then you go around and there's like the space for the basement, whatever. And we mostly just keep like storage and stuff in there.
Okay.
So we went down there, and I'm like, let's make it spooky. Let's put a blanket on the window and cover it, make it all dark. And
yeah, like to make it like
it's scary, right? Because we didn't believe in it. We didn't actually believe, right?
Okay. You were like, I got this shit.
Whatever. So
play with the devil.
Oh my God. Okay, so we put the blanket up, we taped it, right, with duct tape, and we sat down and we opened the Ouija board. Okay. And it was just me and her. Yeah. Like I said, everyone was gone. Yeah. Okay, everyone was working. We sit down and we start playing and we do the circle thing. We saw that shit in a movie. So we were like, okay, put in a circle and we ask, is anyone there? And there was no response. And we looked at each other and we started laughing. We're like, this is stupid. Okay. We're like, let's try it again. Okay. And we go in a circle and we go, is anyone there? And like nothing happened. And we were like, bro, this shit is dumb. Like, what are we doing? And all of a sudden, like upstairs, there's like the kitchen area and we have like the doorway. Yeah. We hear the door open.
Close.
And close. And I was like, she's like, what was that? And I was like, I was probably my stepdad. I just got home. You were like, or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm chilling. And we hear footsteps. And we're like, that's weird. And I was like, Javi. And no response. And she was like, are you sure that's your stepdad? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, who else would it be?
Yeah,
I got home from work or whatever. And so I scream a second time. I'm like, Javi. Nothing happened. And we hear like the door from the basement door like turn. And then we hear 3 steps. I remember this so vividly, bro. We hear one at the top. We hear one in the middle. And we hear one at the bottom. And the fucking tape on the blanket starts ripping off.
You're bugging.
I swear to God, bro. And it ripped. And we were like, and we like hugged each other. And I was like, where's your phone? Where's your phone? And she was like, I don't know. She was grabbing it. And we tried to put our camera on. And we were like, shit. And I was like, let's go. And we start running up the stairs. And we close the door. And we just start laughing. And we're like,
laughing, bro.
Bro, I was like,
start crying.
That was stupid. And she's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you want some cereal? And I walk up to them.
You want some, it's very chill. Like, you want some cereal after we all just like almost saw the devil?
I'm like, you want some cereal? And I go and I reach for the refrigerator. And on top is where we keep the cereal boxes, right? Bro, and I shit you not. No one ever believes me. I reach, as soon as I'm about to grab the fridge door, the freaking cereal boxes like fall. And we were like, no. And we fucking run, bro. I swear to God, I'm not even making this up. We start running to her house. I leave my little chihuahua there at the house, bro. And I start dipping. It was so scary. That was like the scariest thing. And I started having nightmares after that. And there was even one point where like I was sleeping and I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I felt like something was watching me.
No.
Yeah, I swear to God, bro.
And then you had like another paranormal activities during your like lifestyle in general, or like that was the most.
I would say no, not anymore. There was one time where I felt like something was sitting on the bed at the edge of my feet. Like I felt like pressure there.
Okay.
And I couldn't take it anymore. So I just got up and it was like the middle of the night. Everything was dark. And I was like, I can't help you. Whoever you are, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Let me sleep.
You gotta go. And I like felt like pressure, like get off the bed. And I was like, all right.
And you believe in that? Like there's like
spirits?
Spirits and
hell yeah,
things like
I believe
that.
in that. I mean, yeah, bro. After that experience, of course, I can't pretend like.
Of course, it's not there.
That's some real shit. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That is some real shit. Also, later that day, after my friend and I were playing with the Ouija board,
okay,
I still had to go back home and say bye, cause we had left. Cause we had left it, and I was like, "Bro, I live there," and she's like, "Sorry, girl, I'm not going back there." I was like, "Oh, fuck, yo, it was crazy." So I ended up telling my mom what happened, and she was like, "Pendeja." She was like,
dije que no jugar la Ouija.
Yo! So she ended up burning it.
Oh yeah, okay, good. Because
So.
then dicen que like it's like years of like de maldición. How you say maldición?
Yeah,
like I don't know the word.
Like paranormal shit or what?
Maldición, like when alguien está maldito.
Oh, like bad thing, bad vibes.
I guess I don't know,
vibres.
but they say I don't know. I never tried it, but I had like paranormal activities.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. What happened?
Bro. So the first time I'm like, I was in my grandmother's house.
Okay.
I was like 7 or 8.
Okay.
And it was in a town. So you're from a town, so I think you're gonna understand.
A small town?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the house is very small, but there was a big ass yard. It's a town.
Yeah.
So my grandmother, she leaves because she's going to a funeral.
Okay.
So it's just my cousin, my other cousin, my sister, and me in the house. Okay. And it's a town, third world country, so there's no like that much light and whatever. Mm-hmm. So I remember we were like playing a game with like guns and whatever in the afternoon with my cousin. We wanted to play again. It was like 7:30, 8 at night. Everything was dark. So we left the guns in the yard. So we're like, okay, let's go get him. And then when we were gonna go like open the door to the yard, then my cousin, he is I think very religious, right? I'm not. So the thing is like he was like, no, I feel something like let me grab the let's go. I like the how you call that? Like the broom. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay. And then we opened the door and he's like, everything is like very dark. But like I don't know if you know, but like people if they live in the town, they like their senses are more vivid. Like they can see better at night than me. I'm from the city. So I guess
that makes sense.
Yeah. So he's like, no, like let's pray. And then whenever we're gonna pray, he sees something moving like on the yard, right? There's like no sé cómo how you say in English, but there's like this concrete shit wherever you put water in it. It's very big and you can grab shit.
Like a well?
I guess. Pero
you can grab agua or what?
Yeah, una pila le decimos nosotros. I don't know. Okay. But behind that, he's like, something is moving. And I'm like, I cannot see shit. So after that, we hear like have you seen like this like scary movies where like the demons really scream?
Yeah.
So we heard like a
what?
Bro, we started running, bro.
Bro, are you sure it wasn't your cousins?
No. Listen. Because let's say like this is the door for the yard. And the room is like right there. Okay. So we go running because son las mayores. My sister is older than me and my other cousin too. Okay. So we'll go crying, blah, blah, blah. And then my cousin is very dramatic. So she opened one window. And it's a town. It's a small town. And she just started yelling, help, help. And then, it's a little town. So a lot of people get to the house, but the door is locked. So someone has to open it. And then she says... Right, I don't know, that whenever she wants to like open the door, there's like a little hole in the house, and at the end of the hole, that was the door of the yard. Mm-hmm. That's when we got scared. So she saw, and then she swears to God that she saw someone crossing, like un shadow.
Yeah.
And then she just opened the door, and that was it. So then I got traumatized, and I had to like I was scared of like shadows and darkness for like a while. I was like I was 7 years old, right? And then until like seventh grade, I had to go to therapy because I was not like I couldn't be by myself in the darkness. I thought someone was watching me.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I had to sleep with my parents a lot, and I got like anxiety and shit like that.
Yeah.
Until like in therapy they gave me like a good exercise, and it just went away.
What was the exercise?
It's just like you count.
I'm like, I still need that.
So whenever you like you feel like very scared,
yeah,
right? Like
to count, you said?
Yeah, just count to 10 very slowly.
While being in the dark, or like
whenever you feel like you feel a certain type of way, just like thinking of the shit. So you're gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4.
While standing 5, in the dark.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can do it like again if you want to.
Wow.
And then I just like stop thinking about it.
Wow.
So now I'm not scared, but en esta casa asustan.
In this one?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So long story short, so
what the fuck?
I actually searched this shit. This house was built in 1870s.
Okay.
So, okay. So when I moved here, I was I don't really like put my faith in that. I do think sí existe, like it exists, it's a fact. But I don't put my faith in it. So I was just like, I saw the house. You see, like the surrounding is like kind of old. So it's like, damn, bro, I just like swear to God, like, please que no asusten. Like, please, like, ¿cómo se dice en inglés? Like, please don't make it like some paranormal shit. Because I just moved.
Don't make
right?
it haunted, yeah.
Yeah, haunted. That's the word. So there's a little like waiting room here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see it, right?
Seen it.
So I don't know why every time I come here, like I feel a certain type of way. So I feel like someone is watching, right? So, but it's just like a feeling, right? So like, for example, every time I go to the bathroom, which is there, I always had to look here. Like
in your room?
No, like.
Or like down the hall?
Down the hall. Like
where that little area is.
Donde está el sofá?
Because it's really dark, right?
Yeah, but not really dark, but like it's just, I don't know, it's just energy. I'm like, okay, so let me just watch. Okay, good. So now, okay, this is crazy, but my best friend, right? He has like a little how can you call that? He's more sensitive. Okay. En español es
sensitive how?
Like he can see things that they're not there. So
he's schizophrenic? No.
Yes. No. I'm like, he's bipolar too. I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding. Pero so I'm very curious, like, hey yo, like, have you feel something? And he's like, yeah. So he says like there's like a woman here. And I'm like, okay, is she old? She was like, no, she's pretty young.
Is she hot? No.
I'm like, she's hot, like she can visit me at night, please. Because like, no one has visited me at night. Like, no, I'm just kidding. But then he said like he's young, but whatever, good. So okay, I can feel something, he said. Right? So I was like, okay, like fuck it. I don't really like whatever. But when I told you I changed the setup, right? So you have more space here. So I remember I got this chair not that long ago. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I left the chair here, right? And then you see there's a fan here and a AC. Oh, there's an AC on the back. Yeah. So I see that like literally this chair is doing this. And not only that, but it's going back and forward. Right? So I didn't get scared.
Cuando? Wait, when did this happen?
Oh, that was like, I don't know, bro, like 3 months ago, 4, I don't know. The thing is, what
if like your demon and my demon meet and then not?
Like, can we crash together? Like, get some like
oh my God,
I don't know.
Bro.
But the thing is, like, okay, whatever. So, that happened. So I was like, I'm a very logical person. So I was like, you know what? you have air here,
right,
and then you have from this distance.
going at a different turbulence.
So I was like, maybe
airwaves.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna overthink it. Okay, good. Right. So that happened, and actually, what day is today? Monday. He is left here Saturday. I didn't. So he tells me he's in the bathroom. He locks the door, and then someone opens the door, like. So he's like, there's a light.
What door? The door to the bathroom?
Yeah. Oh. So there's a light that if you pass, it's a sensor. Okay. So it's gonna turn on if you pass. Okay. So he opens the door, and the light is not on, right? He checks, the door is locked.
What door?
The bathroom.
Cause he locked it?
Yeah, he locked it.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, like, someone opened the door. You feel me? Like, como que te abran un poquito la puerta.
Oh, yes.
So he's like, okay, whatever. So he does it. He comes here, and then he says, I don't know, I was not here. He heard like female voice just like talking, pero no clearly, like in that, like in la salita, like a little.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So then he's very religious. So he started praying or whatever.
Short because I know.
But yeah, but that happened. So, but I'm not really into, like, nothing has happened to me.
Yes.
So maybe
I mean, do you believe it though, or do you think like everyone's just kind of like?
No,
you think he's messing with you, or
no,
do you think it's serious?
He's not. Because I know he sees things, like he has more like anecdotes, but whatever. I'm not.
And it doesn't scare you?
Not anymore. Like, I just like, okay, we'll see.
Count to 10, right?
I'm like, I count to 10.
I'm good, bro. I got my numbers.
Okay, good. Let's just move on, cause like whatever. We can talk that later. Okay. How do you balance your social life with like actually work?
Oh, God, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. And I think that's why I'm a little nervous to also go back to school, is that I'm really like not gonna have a social life, you know, because I'm gonna be working. I still gotta pay the bills, working, schooling, and dancing. Okay. And that's a lot. It's already a lot now with like working in the morning, because sometimes I'm tired.
Of course, you're a human being.
Of course, the night before I'll have rehearsals until 11, won't get home till 12. I gotta wake up at 5, you know. So I'm trying to balance everything. And even like my best friend here was like, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm like, I know, bro. I'm trying to figure it out, you know. Balance is hard, but balance is definitely key to a successful and healthy life, I feel like. I'm always trying to find balance, you know? Yeah. But how do you react when like your balance is off?
I don't balance very good, to be honest. Really? Yeah, I have the only thing I do is work. Like, I really don't have a social life, if you can call it like that. But it's just my personality. Like, since I grew up, I was like, I didn't have that much friends. I'm a asocial person. So if you meet me, you're gonna think that I have a lot of friends, that I probably go out a lot. Right? I just give that vibes. But honestly, I'm always home. Like, I'm always not talking to people, stuff like that. Because I told you I'm an overthinker. So how can you say, like, I think I can understand human behavior. So I think if I put that in a balance, what helps me more is like spending time with people or not. I'll say no. I actually love to be alone. I like to be alone all the time. If I can just like be in my own space and not talk to people for a long time, I will probably do it like all the time. Wow. I'm very comfortable. I don't get bored. I don't feel like, I actually like to think. So it gets like in a very dark position sometimes, but it's good. So I can like, you know,
I feel the same way though. I enjoy being alone. Actually, like, this is the first time in a kind of a long time that I've been happy being alone. Because like right now I'm not dating anybody. But before, prior years, I used to kind of like be in a relationship, have like 2 months to myself, and then be in another relationship.
So you haven't like been alone by yourself?
Yeah, I haven't really been alone
to know yourself.
Exactly. But before I came back, I had moved back to Indiana for like 6 months because I had moved to Chicago for 2, and then things didn't really work out the way I planned. I kind of planned to just go out there, study the dance community, and then come back.
Yeah.
But I was dating someone at the time who didn't really have an what's it called? Like an artistic outlet.
Background, yeah.
Yeah, well, they just didn't have an outlet in general. Like they had.
But he probably
wanted to be a photographer and he wanted to be into fashion, but he never really made the pursuit. Like he never really.
He was just, it was just here, but not like
he never
physically.
actually did something to do it. You know what I mean?
He didn't want to die by it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I guess so. But he would see me and be like, "Oh my gosh, like you're so cool for doing this," you know. But then it kind of turned to the point where like instead of being like, "I'm so happy for you," it was like, "Hey, how come you're doing that and like I'm not?"
Oh, like being selfish?
A little bit. Like, like what about me? You know what I mean? And like instead of me like seeing that and being like, okay, I gotta let this go, which deep down I knew, bro, from the freaking jump, I knew. I was like, I gotta let this go. But I don't know. I guess I always felt like I could change him or like I could help him, you know, because I had enough passion and like energy for my own things that I was like, well, I could give him some of mine. You know what I mean? Like I could help this person out.
Okay.
But it just got really draining. And it actually got to a point where I stopped dancing for a little bit because I didn't want him to feel like bad or anything, you know. And also I didn't have good energy around me to be like, no, Audri, do that. Like, you got this, you know?
Yeah.
So I ended up moving to Chicago with that person. Only took 1 dance class out of the 2 months that I was there and then stopped because he was like, oh, what am I supposed to do when you go out there? You know, like, what am I supposed to do? And I'm like, okay, I guess you're right. Like, we could just chill at home or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So eventually I'm like, okay, it's getting to a point where we're running low on money. What are we going to do? You know? So I'm like, we got to get a job. And he was like, I don't really want to get a job in Chicago. I don't really want to be here. And I'm like, well, we can't go back to New York if we don't get a job. So we got to do something, you know? But they were kind of like, I mean, I guess. So I was trying to look for a job. He had gotten one, but he didn't really want to go to it. So eventually our 2 months ended and the sublet that we were renting she was coming back, the subletter. Yeah. And so I didn't have any money left. And I was like, I have to move back home to Indiana and start working, stay with my mom or my dad, figure something out. Because at this point, my sister was actually living in Chicago. She had moved to the city and she was doing her own thing. So I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. And I ended up moving with my dad. He flips trailers, like you know what trailers are, right? Like RVs.
Yes.
So he like buys RVs and he like decks them out and like rents them out as like sublets.
Okay.
So he pretty much makes like rent and stuff. Yeah, he's pretty good. But we were living in one of his RVs, right? And this person still like didn't really want to do much. You know what I mean? Like,
he was not
like,
driven to.
He's like, I don't want to be here. I want to go back home. And I'm like, well, we gotta do something to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was just a drag, man. So I started babysitting. I got a job at 7-Eleven, and I also got a CNA job at a local hospital. So I was hustling. I was like, bro, I want to go back. You know what I mean? And I'm showing you that I want to go back. And this person was very like dragging their feet. They didn't really want to do much. And I was like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, it was taking so much out of me that I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get out of here. And mentally, I was like, I need to do something quick to like get my shit together. Everybody has cars. Everybody has houses. I'm living in a trailer. Like, I got to figure this out, right? And so over there, in Indiana, the military is an honor, right? It's a big thing to like join the military. Also, Indiana's a red state, a bunch of Trump supporters. So you can see like they're very like patriotic.
Okay. Yeah.
And so the military was like everywhere. It was like surrounding me. And I was like, maybe I should join the military. I was like, maybe I should do that. And so actually I went and I had spoken to one of the recruiters.
Yeah.
And I sat with them and I was like, what can I do? Like, what does this provide for me? And they're like, well, if you join the military, you just have to serve 2 or maybe 4 years. and we can help you with the house. We can help you with the car. We'll give you stability. We'll
give
like you
they
all
sell
these
you like
things, and they're like a fucking Jesus Christ. And it was everything that I wanted in that moment. Of course,
yeah, that's what you need. Like,
that's what
I need a house. I need a car. I need stability.
I need all of that, right? Because everyone around me after high school did that. They had kids. They got a house. They got, you know what I mean?
Okay, good.
So being back in Indiana, it was like the pressure of like I have nothing and I need to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna like shake the devil's hand and make this deal, you know? Wow. And so it got to the point where I told my family first, and I was like, Mom, I think I want to join the military. And she was like, okay. She's like, hang on. She's like, Mija, I'm proud of you, you know, and I know you could do it because you can do anything you put your mind to. You've done that. And she's like, pero, like, your light is dimming. I don't see you anymore. And I was like, what do you mean? Like,
I'm chilling.
I'm good. I'm okay.
I'm just chilling.
Right. I was like, I'm good. Like, this is something I want. Yeah, like, this is something I want. I need. And she was like, I'm going to support you no matter what, you know, and you're a grown woman. You're going to make your own decisions, and you know what you do. She's like, but I'm just telling you, like, you know, just, okay, I got you, you know. And I was like, all right, thanks, Mom. My dad was like, hey, okay, the military, you got this, you badass. I was like, all right, I'll do it, you know? So they were very, like, supportive. They were very supportive. Yeah. So eventually it got to me having to tell my partner, right? He was actually the last person that I told. Okay. I told everybody else. Even my sister was like, girl, what about New York? And I'm like, let me just go do 2-4 years and I'll go back to dancing, you know? But right now I need this, right? Okay. Which, by the way, while I was in Indiana, I was also not dancing. Shit. Right? So this was like a whole like 4 or 5 months that I haven't been dancing.
How long was that?
How long ago was that? Yeah. That was last year. Okay. I moved back in August 2023. Okay. Right. So I think April.
We're going through it.
To August. This is what was happening in my life, right? So I was like, all right, it's time to tell him, right? So I sit down, we're in the car, and I'm like taking him to this new job that he had gotten at Walmart, because that's all we have over there. So I was like, okay. And he was working the night shift because I had to work day shift, and we only had one car. I was borrowing my sister's. Oh, shit. And so I was like, okay, I sit him down. I'm like, so I think I'm going to join the military. And he goes, what? And I'm like, yeah, the Army. And I only have to get like 40 credits on the ASVAB test. And I can go for nursing. So I was going to be like an Army nursing
assistant
vet, right? Still in the medical field. Yeah. And I'm like, I just got to get 40 points and I'm going to take the test tomorrow, and I sign up tomorrow. And he goes, oh my God, what about me? Like, bro, that's so selfish. Like, you're just doing this because you want to get away from me, right? Like, this is what you want to do. And I'm like, oh my God. And I had finally cracked, bro. It like got to the point where I'm like, bro, I'm trying to do something with my life and you are not supporting me. Like, if anything, you're a drag, bro. Yeah. So eventually I was like, yo, I can't do this. And I fucking threw my hands up and I'm like, you gotta go. You gotta go or I'm gonna punch you in the face right now, bro. Like, you gotta go. I will help you buy your ticket, but you gotta go. And he was like, it's fine. I'm gonna ask my dad for some money and I'll go tomorrow. And I'm like,
you could have asked your dad all this time and you couldn't tell me?
Bro, crazy. And so eventually, I mean, I ended up driving him to O'Hare in Chicago. Okay. And I drove his ass out there. Like, shit. I was over it, bro. I was over it. There was this one time, even on the way to fucking Chicago, he was like, I was like, I want to go on tour. He's like, you know, nobody really pays attention to the dancers. Like, just so you know, like when people go to performances, like they don't even notice that the dancers are there. So, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck? It was bad. Yeah. It was bad. And I'm over it. So eventually he left and it was crazy because the moment he did,
everything started like
everything. Yo, the universe was like, thank you. Here you go. That's what I've been trying to tell you. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Wow. So after I dropped him off, I still was going to go sign up, right? Okay. And I'm like about to sign the papers and my alarm goes off and I'm late for a haircut appointment. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And this was with a family friend. So I'm like, I'm so sorry. I got to go get my haircut. I'll come back tomorrow. Is that okay? And they're like, Yeah, that's fine. We're here all week. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, cool. Best
Never
decision of my fucking life, bro. I never went back. I went to my haircut. It was a family friend. She knew me since like elementary school.
Okay.
She saw me grow up and she was like, oh my gosh, you're back. Like she knew I was a dancer and she was like, how's New York? And I was like, I'm not really dancing anymore. And she's like, wait, what? Why? And I'm like, I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to get a house and, do that. And she's like, what? And she's like, bro, I literally got an Instagram just to watch your videos. Like, come on, you can't stop. She's like, and this is the thing that fucking shook me. She was like, I could see you dancing for Bad Bunny. And she's like, I could see you going all of these places and doing all of these successful things with dance. You're a dancer. You can't join the military. Everybody does that, She's like, Audrey, you're the only one that actually made it out of here.
Yeah.
And you actually did something. She's like, you can't throw that away, mija. And there was one other lady in the shop getting her hair blown. And she's like, I'm sorry, can I see a video of you dancing? And I'm like, sure. And I show her my Instagram. She's like, what the hell? She's like, girl, you need to go back to New York. What the? And I'm like, really? And she's like, yes. Bro. In like 2 months, I'm hustling, saving up my money. In 2 months, August 1st, I move back. I find a sublet and I start at Mount Sinai. I got hired and I got booked for Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Yo.
That was crazy, bro. I just got so happy, bro.
The first week, I got booked for un preview to be in his music video. Shout out Gio. Thank you, bro. You have no idea, bro. I got that. A month later, I got signed with Clear. A month later, I oh my God, bro.
It was like back to back.
And I was like, oh my God, bro. The worst time of my life ended up becoming like, oh my God, the best thing that ever happened to me.
And what like did you learn of yourself from that experience?
Oh man, what did I learn? There was a lot of crying. There was a lot of self-talk. I was actually I couldn't live in my dad's RV anymore, so I was living in my sister's car for a little bit. I learned that I'm a very strong person and that even though I wanted to press end game, bro, I was going to end all this shit. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I was ready to just go and I didn't want to do this anymore. And I learned that, like, I have so much more to do here. You know what I mean? There's so much more. I don't even see it yet, but I know that like I can't stop here. You know what I mean? I can't. I got to keep going.
Nice. We're getting to the last part of the conversation. I always like to talk about mental health because I feel like it's very important that we talked about it because like I know like some people from my guests, right? Like they follow them. But everything we saw, like we see in such social media is like, oh, we're happy, or blah, 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 right? So, like, have you have, like, any type of mental health issues? Or do you know anyone that from your family that has, like, mental health issues? Or how's it been your experience?
Medically, no. We've never actually been, like, diagnosed
no, like,
by doctors.
Like, yeah.
But, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm, like, I've got depression or anything, but there's been a lot of moments where I've been depressed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's actually been a couple moments where I wanted to like end my life.
Yeah.
No, but just every time I go through those little moments of like dark holes and like I wanna say goodbye, there's always like the universe always shows me a reason not to. You know what I mean? And I kind of like have started to rely and start trusting that, okay, you're right. Like I may be sad right now. I may be angry and frustrated and want to like kill myself, but like there's more. There's something about to happen. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like the darkest moments is when like the most light comes in. You know what I mean? So it's like I've just started to trust. And of course there's moments where I'm still like I'm sad. You know what I mean? Like it gets sad out here, but it's okay because there's something coming, something better. Maybe that's like my optimistic approach to life, but sometimes we gotta have that, man, you know, because if not,
yes, that what keeps you going.
Exactly.
Okay, last part of the conversation, I just do specific questions. It can be short questions. That doesn't mean it has to be a short answer, right?
Okay.
I mean, you can give a short answer if you want to, but you can do a extended
Copy.
one. Good?
Got it.
Okay. How do you feel you've grown over the years as a person?
Ooh, how have I grown the years? Ooh, I've matured a lot, baby. I've matured a lot. Oh my goodness gracious. As a person, my heart has grown a lot, especially like where I work. You know, working in the hospital. My heart has grown a lot. My patience has grown a lot. My mindset has grown a lot. With all the wins that I've, had with myself and like with like dance and my career and stuff. I've grown a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of success around me. There's also a lot of like bad things around me, but I kind of choose not to look at that, kind of have to. But yeah, I mean, 15-year-old Audri wouldn't have even imagined being where I am today, and that just makes me proud, because this is my game, this is my journey, like the only person I'm competing with is myself.
Yeah,
it really is. I know that's cliche, but like trust me, it really is that, like, bro, 15-year-old Audrey didn't know what the heck she was doing. She was a whole nother person, and now I feel like I'm finally like, there. I know who I am. I'm starting to know who I am. The confidence is there, baby. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. And yeah, I think I'm a good person.
You are.
Thank you.
Before you mentioned like there was a moment in your life that you thought you were one person, but you weren't. So who do you thought you were before?
Who did I think I was? Who did I think I was, girl? Let me see. Who did I think I was? For some reason, my mind goes back to high school, because that's really when I thought I was the shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which I wasn't like super popular, but I knew a lot of people, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like, I didn't have friends to hang out with after school, but I had a lot of friends in school. Yeah. I was always talking. A lot of people. Yeah, I just know a lot of people. But like back then, I don't know. I guess I thought I was a shit for no reason. You know what I mean? I had no like accomplishments really. But now it's not that I like don't think I'm the shit anymore. But I just think like, I don't know. I'm not very like, okay, this is what I don't understand, right? When people are successful, they kind of become like cocky. Okay. Right. And this happens a lot in the dance world. I don't know if you've noticed. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people who have gotten booked for tours or have gotten booked for music videos. And then like now you see them in class and they're like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like the older I get, the more I realize like I don't have to be that person. You know what I mean? I don't have to be an asshole or like be cocky and be like, yeah, I did this. I booked Bad Bunny, so don't talk to me. Like, no, it's not like that. It's like, I don't know. These wins are personal wins. Like, why do you? I don't know. Back then in high school, I used to be that way, right? Like, if anything successful happened to me, I used to be like, I'm kind of the shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But now I'm like, this is cool. I can't believe that happened. Like,
I think like life also like humbles you in different ways. Yes. They're like, oh shit, okay.
It really has. Like, from going to living in a trailer, living in my car, like, I'm chilling.
Okay. How do you approach building and maintaining relationships? It can be relationships with people, relationship with family, relationship with dating or whatever.
Oh, it's kind of hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna do better with communicating with my family and friends. Yeah. Because, I mean, understandably, we don't talk every day. Of course. They have their lives, I have mine. Yeah. But I do wish that we would talk a little more often. I could probably call my mom a little more. I'll probably call her right now. Yeah. But yeah, it's not that we don't like talk to her like at least once or twice a week. Yeah. But maybe a little more often.
Okay. What is a personal goal you're currently working on?
Personal goal?
Yeah.
Oh, fitness. I'm trying to get some muscles. trying to get a fatty. No, I'm trying to work and like, just feel like sexy and confident with myself. Not that I don't. I feel okay now, but we could, always do better.
Okay, this is a more open question. What's been in your mind lately?
What's been on my mind lately? School. I don't know if I can do it, man. Man, I got a little bit of doubt, guys. Oh, it's just hard, I just don't want to mess up again, And that's real fear right there. Like I don't want to go back to school, spend all this money and like fuck around again, Like I want to be successful. So I'm kind of waiting a little bit until I get to a point where I'm like confident and secure with myself to where I'm like, I got this.
Okay. And you can.
Thank you.
What's something that brings a smile to your face?
I don't know, anything really. Good jokes. A smile to my face. When I see my family. Oh my gosh, I went back recently, Indiana, I think 3 weeks ago. And I went for my cousin's baby shower. It's her first. And it was like a whole family reunion. My cousins, my mom, my dad, his new wife, my stepdad. Everybody was there. Everybody. And I was just good times.
Are you a very family person?
Yes, absolutely. When I'm home, yes. Okay. Of course, there's been bad, good and bad.
But in general?
In general, yes, I love my family.
Okay, what qualities do you value most on the people you choose to spend time with?
What qualities do I value most? I value respect a lot. Mm-hmm. Respect goes both ways. I value boundaries, definitely. What is it like? You respect my boundaries, I respect yours. And also loyalty. If I can confide in you, you can confide in me. Just don't be two-faced, I guess.
Okay.
These are good questions, though. Damn, I kind of want to ask you. Your battery's running out.
Oh, no.
Se pagó.
Yeah, no importa. I got that one.
Okay.
What are you afraid of?
The dark. No.
Imagine I'm like...
this house, bro. What am I afraid of? I guess with school, I'm just afraid of myself, I guess. I don't know. I'm afraid of messing up. If I'm being honest, I'm afraid of messing up, which is kind of ironic because I know I'm going to mess up. I'm a freaking human being. Of course, I'm going to
But you don't want to mess up badly.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I got you.
Damn, I need therapy, bro.
We all do. We all do.
Are you still in therapy?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Is it good? You like it?
It's very good.
Okay, I need to go.
Yeah.
I tried it for 2 weeks.
It's not enough.
That's true. It just kind of felt like we made a breakthrough. And then she was like, all right, well, I'll talk to you next week.
I mean, she has to be professional, but...
I know, but then it's a whole weird. Week. I'm like, oh my God, I just opened up a wound that I had closed. You know what I mean?
What do I do? But I mean, they give you things to work on, usually. So, and it's also just good to know, you're talking to someone that's not going to touch you. You can literally say, oh, I'm thinking about killing someone. And they're okay with it. You feel me? They're not going to treat you like a crazy motherfucker.
Right.
I mean, they, of course, but they got to be professional. But you don't feel that way. You feel
me?
What's the worst advice that someone gave to you?
The worst advice?
Yeah.
Bro, these are some good questions. The worst advice? Let me see. What's the worst advice? The worst advice. You got to be okay with knowing that you're not going to make it.
Okay.
That was the worst. Because I'm a positive person.
Okay.
And to me, that doesn't help. To me, it's come on, bro. You got to motivate me. Or else I'm really not going to do it.
Okay. What's the best advice someone gave you?
Can I look at my notes?
Yeah, you can.
I write down...
Bro,
I write down all of them.
You're good. Don't worry.
What about you? What's the best advice someone's told you?
Honestly, bro, I'm I don't receive advice from anyone.
I don't need it.
No, I think right now, if I'm without even thinking about it, my mom, she always told me since the beginning, you don't gotta do all this male-y type of stuff to prove that you're a boy. So Latin culture is very machista. I don't know how you say that.
Yeah.
But
Very masculine.
Yeah, like you don't have to like be tough and you don't gotta have multiple women to be like I'm a boy.
Yeah.
So I took that like in general as advice in general, not just as a boy. Like I don't have to do what everyone is doing to fit. I don't have to drink alcohol, for example, while everyone is drinking alcohol.
No, I
don't drink. So I'm not gonna drink just because everyone's drinking.
Yeah, you don't do anything. You're straight edge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. That's beautiful, actually. And you know, from a medical standpoint, that's
I'm
very
like just
good for
cracking,
you.
like let's get
just meth,
just like cocaine, like shit, like simple shit.
Oh my god,
you got it?
I got it. Okay, so the best advice I got, I wrote this like a year ago. It was, home is not where you grew up. It's not where your family is or where you went to high school. Home is where you become the best version of yourself. And if that means moving to a different country or a state, then 100% do it.
Nice. I think you gotta go back to your notes. What's an advice you thought it was good but end up being bad?
I don't know if this is advice, more like a comment. Someone was like, you're a little too short for that.
Okay.
My height. But then I realized my height is not actually like
a thing.
It's not actually a thing, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, except for one time. Well, that was, okay. I went to an audition and they didn't let me in because I was too short. But it's all right. They were actually the ones that told me, yeah, you're too short for this. But I've had other success, you know?
Of course.
So I'm like, it's all right. That wasn't really advice, though. I'm sorry.
I think got 2 more.
Okay.
What's an unpopular opinion you have?
Unpopular opinion?
Yeah. It doesn't have to be a crazy from a big ass topic.
Okay. I know.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion. I put mustard on my bacon, egg, and cheese. Mustard and ketchup. It's good. And not a lot of people do that.
I never tried it, so.
It's pretty fucking good.
Actually, my fries, I do it with ketchup and mayo. I like that combination.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, my unpopular is I don't like avocado.
Avocado and mustard is so good.
Yeah, I don't like
mustard
avocado.
on everything, y'all.
Mustard and the mustard.
Yo.
Okay. If you were to paint a mental picture of your ideal life in the next 10 years, what elements will it include?
Like color wise?
No, like if you like mentally, like how does your life look in 10 years?
So you meant like paint a picture. Okay.
You're like
mentally, what would it look like in 10 years?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, my friend. I don't even think about like that stuff. It's because I'm an overthinker. So when I think about like things way past now, I'm like, oh shit. I start to freak out a little bit. But let's think about it. 10 years from now, that would make me, I'm 24 now. So
34.
34, thank you. Maybe I gotta go back to school.
You're good, don't worry.
34? Wow, by 34, bro. Okay, I definitely see myself being successful, like, I see myself have already accomplished the goals that I wanted with dance. I see myself maybe owning a dance studio, you know, not dancing like as a, you know, professional dancer, but more so like owning a studio, teaching classes, having other choreographers come. I see myself having a family by 34. I see myself having at least an apartment or at least a house. That would be really cool.
You want kids?
I do. I at one point would like kids. Right now, no.
Of course.
Definitely not. But yeah, I mean, eventually, I think I'd be a really cool mom. You know what I mean? And I think I'm gonna be a boy mom. Okay. I can just feel it. I can feel myself having a son and being like,
let's go, son.
Let's go, son. No, I think it'd be cool. But also, a cute little girl would be. She'd be like, I don't know. Let's see though. Yeah, I see myself doing that. I don't know if I believe in marriage though. Do you?
I don't believe in relationships in general.
What?
Ooh, yeah.
What? Okay, explain. What do you mean?
It's hard, but this is just like personal, right? That's just like for my life. So I feel like relationships take more from you than actually give. So I like to be alone by myself. So I feel like a relationship, it's a lot of commitment, not only on like oh, I gotta just be one like with this person, but also like, yo, like I have responsibilities now as a boyfriend or husband. Like I'm not able to just do whatever I want. I have to report myself. Not because it's a toxic relationship. It's just like out of respect. It's like, hey, listen, I'm actually doing a podcast with Audri today. I cannot do this, or I'm tired, and then I have to go to a family meeting that I don't want to go, just because it's my responsibility to go because I'm your boyfriend or husband. So again, I was talking to you being in situations that I wouldn't like to be unless I'm very in love, and I'm very cold person. So not meaning like I haven't been in love, but now because I'm an overthinker thinker too, like I see things from a different perspective. And it's like, have you feel like this comments like everyone wants you to get married and have kids, but you talk to the people who are married and have kids, it's like
they're not happy.
Be single, like stay single as long as you can. So I'm like, I'm very happy having the time that I have for myself. I'm able to schedule the things I want. I can talk to Audrey if I want, not feeling awkward, like she's gonna feel a certain type of way, right? So I have freedom, right? I don't have to report anyone or be like, hey, I did this because of that, right? And I'm actually, again, happy by myself. If I wouldn't, like, if I'm a type of person that I need company, then I probably do a relationship. But I'm not in that time.
So you would do a relationship if you need company? You said like what, like being lonely?
No, there's people who cannot be alone.
Yeah,
they're always having a relationship.
Right.
So, like for me, like I already did like the self talk of what does happen when I'm alone. And
like you're okay with being alone. You
very,
like being alone.
I like being alone, but I understand that other people are not okay with being alone.
Right.
But that like if you're not able to be alone, you're more prone to be with a wrong person.
Right.
Because you're not picking the person because of it makes you good. It's just like I need someone company. Right. So for me, like I don't need company, so I'm able to pick and choose and be picky. And
I'm getting to a point like that too. That's why I'm like, bro, this is the longest I've been, sadly, like without a relationship. And I feel you, because I'm definitely at that point where I'm like,
and you know, like you know yourself better.
Yes.
Like you don't end up, because then you do things that you like. It's not for the other person.
Yeah, and you're right. Like you can do it on your terms. You don't have to report to someone and be like,
and it's just like, for example, for me, it's just like I have the opinion of like you don't know what is actually living and being an adult if you don't move from your parents' house.
Absolutely.
You have no idea.
Yes.
So it's the same thing for me. You have to be alone so you can understand yourself. What things do I like? What type of like characteristics I'm looking for a person? Like, and I got to a point where the company is actually annoying for me. And it's getting to the bad point. So I'm like working on that, because I'm like, bro, like you're just literally texting me. I'm like, I'm getting annoyed. You just literally want to go to the theater. I don't want to go to the theater.
Yeah.
But I know it's a normal thing to go to in a relationship, right? Yeah. So I'm like, do I really want to be in that situation? Yeah. So normally the answer is no, unless I meet someone that like
you have a good time with,
because
you connect with.
Because the thing is, like, I see it as a sacrifice rather than having a good time. You feel me?
I see, yeah.
But if you're in love, of course you're gonna do it because you love the person. Right. Feel me? Okay, good. So last part, I always have gifts for my guests.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So in this case, I always say this, but I like our gifts to be like very significant. Okay. So I like to give. Is
it your guitar?
I'm like, no.
I would love that.
So meaning is something that you can.
Oh, sorry.
I got you. We're almost done. Sorry. So it's something that you're like, it's something that like it really is gonna remind you who you are, and it can like you can take it wherever you are. So in this case,
is it chocolate? I love chocolate.
I'm like, but you're not gonna eat the chocolate
for the rest of my life.
So imagine it's a crunch. So, I always like to do like a little recap, right, of what we talked today. Okay. Right. So we talked about your journey, basically, right? Being like from a small town, Indiana, where like there's not like that many possibilities, and where someone that actually thinks out of the box is actually like, como se dice, like, feels like guilty, like como se castiga, right? It's like you thinking out of the box, what's going on with you. So I know, like, for a fact, growing up like that and feeling a different type of way, it doesn't like feel okay. So it's like a hard type of journey, right? Even though we didn't like talk in depth on like that era of your life, I know for a fact it hasn't been easy from like talking to your parents and be like, hey, listen, I feel different. Like I wanna pursue dancing, and then just having the rejection of like feeling rejected by your own family and be like, that's not okay. Like we want you to do this or that, and like also we talked about moving here and there, going back and forward, right? Which if you like think about it is like not being stable, and like probably mentally it's very draining because it's like, oh, like I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Da 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 da. Good. We talk about your relationship with your parents. They're very supportive. Your dad, your mom, your sister, even though like they're not together, they grew up like that, which was normal for you, right? But
maybe that's why I don't want to get married, bro.
And in a certain type of way, like you feel it's normal, but in a way it has to affect the way you approach life too. You feel me? Right. And all your journey, like you're a very happy person, and I know you don't like to show your truly like your true demons that you have, right? Because we all have them, right? So I think like this is a good reminder of who you are, and just to like never give up on yourself and just like trust yourself in the journey, wherever that is or wherever that takes you. You just gotta remind yourself, not for other people, not for validation, not for this job or for that job. It's for you, for yourself, and as you said, your competition is yourself, nobody else. And to remind yourself that you are worth it. Whatever sacrifice you have to do, it's an investment on yourself, not other people. And like to understand that you have value, to not give yourself to people that don't deserve you, right? So I think this is just a reminder for yourself that everyone, like if you have a bad time, I think you can just go back to this gift and just like touch ground and be like, I got it.
Okay.
So this is for you.
Oh my God. Stop.
This is for you.
Stop. I'm going to cry. Yo, are you going to show them?
Yeah, of course. You can show them the camera if you want to.
Me catching the fish. That was my first time catching a fish. Oh my God. Oh no. Give me a hug, bro.
I got you.
Give me a hug right now.
Like right now.
I'm gonna cry. I'm like, get up. Oh my gosh. I didn't know I was gonna cry today. What the fuck?
And I always say this, like even though you have your family, you have friends, and you have your passion, there's someone that like really is always gonna be for you, right? No matter what, and that is yourself. Good. So
right. Thank you.
Did
you just have those in your room?
So this is for you. That like I'm gonna give you a wallet version too. Oh. So like you can cut this and just have it like wherever you
question.
want. Yes.
I was actually thinking about this, right? I went and I had my headshots done. There's extras I can give away.
If you want to, I don't know. However you want to.
That's so crazy. Thank you so much. This is beautiful.
Okay, good.
But
so
I just had a photo shoot, right? And I printed out like a little headshot thing because I needed to print out like my headshots, right?
Yeah.
But then it came in like a really small version, like this size.
Okay.
And I hung it up on my wall. But it was weird because I was like, is it kind of like conceited or like cocky of me to like have my own picture on the wall?
I mean, it's your space, so
it's okay, right?
I
guess I'm just trying to learn myself. Like, I'm trying to figure out the fine line between humble and cocky.
So, but who puts that line? Like, who am I to say like that's cocky or not?
Well, I mean, everybody does it, right? If you see someone acting a certain way, you're
but
like, they're cocky.
But if you know, you know the type of person you are.
That's true.
So you don't have to be like, oh, like, okay.
Yeah.
Because like some people can have like some person can have a picture of them and it's just like, oh, I'm amazing.
Right.
Or it can be like, I'm proud of me.
Yeah.
And it's just a photo of yourself.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah, you're right. See, I'm an overthinker.
Don't worry.
What? In my own space.
Okay. So last part, this is the last part.
Okay.
You can put your gift like this. So
facing you?
Facing you.
Oh, okay.
Good. And I would like you to just yes. So I would like you to just respond to these questions looking at your younger self. So the big picture right there. Good? Yeah. If you have the opportunity to talk to your younger self, what would you say?
Oh man. Girl, you got this. Yeah, man, you have no idea. And there's so much more to come, but trust me, trust yourself, trust us, that everything is going to be okay. It really is. I know sometimes it gets really scary out here, but we're going to be okay.
Nice. If you have the opportunity to talk to the 80-year-old Audrey, what would you like to hear?
What would I like to hear from her?
Yeah.
Oh, man. How was it? How was life? What did you end up doing? Like, what? I would have so many questions. Yeah.
What do you regret?
What do I regret? Nothing. I don't regret anything, to be honest.
Nice.
And there's been a lot of moments where I'm like, oh, maybe I should have done that differently, but I don't regret it, you know?
Okay. Last one.
Yeah.
How would you like to be remembered?
Oh. As a good person.
Nice. Audrey, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as I did.
I did.
And if you end up watching the whole thing, thank you so much for listening to this conversation. I don't know if you have something else to say or a question that I didn't ask that you would like to be asked. This is your moment.
Oh, thank you. No, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to my friend here for doing this and like just being so amazing and for picking me up at the station.
I got you.
And for the gifts and everything. You're an amazing person.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And I'd like to say thank you for whoever's watching this. Thanks for joining us in our conversation. I hope you learned a little bit about me and life, and I hope this helped in any kind of way, you know, whatever you're going through, like, you got this, you know? This isn't even just about me. Like, I hope this helped.
Okay, thank you so much again. Thanks. Guys, I'll see you in the next one.
The next life. Yeah.
Like, yeah.